Hello dear traders, you're watching the weekly review of financial markets with me, Anna Kasatkina. The US stocks finished mostly higher on Friday to wrap up a subdued week. Investors were pleased to see that Americans spent more money in September, also betting on another strong earnings season. The Nasdaq Composite advanced to 6,605.80 and reached intraday and closing records. The Nasdaq logged a 0.2% weekly advance, marking its third consecutive weekly win. The Dow Jones Industrial Average edged up to 22,871.72. The 30 stock index also hit an intraday record. The Dow Industrials recorded a weekly rise of 0.4%. The index has risen for 5 straight weeks. The Standard & Poor's 500 index rose to 2,553.17, hitting an all-time intraday high. For the week, it posted modest gains as well as two other indices. The S&P 500 saw a 0.2% increase. In the year to date, the Dow has gained nearly 15.7%, the S&P 500 14%, and the Nasdaq Composite has advanced by about 23%. Upbeat earnings reports from banks and the highest consumer sentiment reading in 13 years supported subdued buying. Against that backdrop, Donald Trump's administration said it won't certify Iran's compliance with the 2015 nuclear agreement. Trump laid out a new strategy to deal with Iran and warned that he could cancel US participation in the nuclear pact at any time. In the economic news, the US Consumer Price Index rose by 0.5% in September, the second increase in a row and the largest in 8 months. However, experts had forecast a 0.6% hike. Excluding food and energy, prices went up at a much smaller 0.1% rate. The September retail sales report showed a rise of 1.6%, reflecting the biggest increase in 2.5 years. And the University of Michigan's preliminary reading of the Consumer Sentiment Index for October came in at 101.1, reaching its highest level since 2004. Netflix shares hit an all-time high on Friday, briefly passing through $200 for the first time ever, an incredible milestone for a video streaming company upending the traditional media industry. The catalyst for the most recent surge was multiple top analysts on Wall Street raising their price forecasts for the company. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo shares declined by 2.8% after it reported third-quarter earnings that were weaker than expected, with a profit of $4.6 billion or 84 cents a share, including a charge of $1 billion to settle a mortgage-linked probe, compared with profit of $5.6 billion at the same period of the last year. And this concludes the weekly review of financial markets prepared for you by InstaTV team. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.